Let's meet the people the left is melting down over. The DOGE team is made up of some of the most brilliant and successful business leaders in the country. That's just objectively true. And they're focused on stopping waste and fraud in our government.
We're 100% committed to protecting Medicare and Medicaid. But at the same time, the Government Accountability Office, GAO, has said there's $84 billion a year in improper payments. There's individuals who are getting paid, or the health plans are getting paid, in 2 separate states for the same individual. So New York pays for somebody's Medicaid, and Connecticut pays for somebody's Medicaid. So that's a really concrete example of we're paying twice when we don't need to be paying twice. Paying once won't affect anybody's health care, but it'll save us half the money.
Hey, sign me up for all those savings. And Elon and team are working to make these cuts permanent.
We certainly would like a lot of what we're doing to be permanently enshrined in law. But a lot of the changes we're making are very basic things that I think are likely to remain in place, such as the improvements to the Treasury financial system. All these changes that we're doing, like the one I just mentioned, will enable the government to actually pass an audit. There's no way that any commercial company could possibly survive if it operated like the federal government.
We really believe that the government can have an Apple Store-like experience. Beautifully designed, great user experience, modern systems.
All right, Kevin, so this might reveal something about me, but the thing I like best about these guys is how boring and nerdy they are. Because it makes me think they know what they're doing. Is that how you felt?
I felt so invigorated watching this conversation. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I heartily encourage you, get on X today and just look up Bret Baier. He's got this entire interview, and what's fascinating about it, at least from my perspective, is these are the women and the men, in this case it was all men in this particular interview, they are the folks that are really trying to make life better for us all. If you take politics completely out of it, they're trying to save us money. They're trying to enhance and improve our technology. And I, for one, am all for it. How can you be against that?
You know, one of the things during the last election cycle was you had a lot of Democrats coming out and saying that Donald Trump was going to get rid of Medicare, get rid of Social Security, and you had a lot of retirement-age people who were concerned. I can tell you, my parents, they asked me a question. That was one of the biggest concerns because they made it seem like this was all going to go away. Last year, the Social Security Board of Trustees said that Social Security was going to be insolvent by 2033. So, of course, we need someone to come in there because we have to start saving money so that it doesn't become insolvent. And I don't understand how the Democrats can criticize DOGE so much. Maybe they can criticize the style. We have heard them say Donald Trump wants it to be more finessed, maybe not so much sledgehammer-like. Yeah. But the truth is we have to cut spending. We have to make sure that there's money for Medicaid, for Social Security, for Medicare. And that's what they're doing right now. Anyone who is against that is anti-American.
I completely agree. And I would just add this really quickly. Whenever you talk about, I don't want to see how they're doing it, you're missing the forest for the trees. I mean, let's all together agree, save some bucks, make it better for everybody.
So, Lisa, can I ask you a question? Because these guys said something really interesting.
That's what we're here to do.
That's right. I have the floor. I'm going to ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
The DOGE guys said, we want to make government feel more like you're walking into an Apple store. Now, can I ask you, and this is an honest question.
I hate the Apple store, though. Like, can we be
so
honest?
You kind of anticipate. Do you like that metaphor? Do you want the government to look like an Apple store?
I'd rather walk into the Apple store than the DMV. So, you know, like, yeah. I mean, look, these people, they just want to make government more efficient. And the reason the Democrats are so upset is because their power source is being turned off. Mm-hmm. The Republican Party today is the party of conquerors, of doers, of innovators. And we saw that in this interview. You had CFOs, CEOs, a rocket scientist. Right, so these are people
who
are
actual rocket
scientists. And the media wants you to believe that DOGE, it's just a bunch of 18-year-olds playing Call of Duty in their basement. And we saw with this interview special report, these are serious people bringing a business mind to government. And the Democrat Party, they're the party of leeches and grifters. And you look at someone like Obama, he was a community organizer and went on to be worth $70 million. He would have never been able to accomplish that without government. Joe Biden, bottom of his law school class, and somehow goes on to be a millionaire because of government, because he grifted and leeched off the American people. Stacey Abrams, a failed gubernatorial candidate and romance novelist, somehow gets a $2 billion grant from Joe Biden's EPA for a nonprofit that was started 6 months prior with $100 in their bank. So that's why they're upset. They're the party of nothing, the party of leeches and grifters.
Well, and what Elon Musk is doing is building a group of builders, of creators, of innovators. But if you're not one of those, they intimidate you, and sometimes you want them to just